to EngMath Learning Classroom. പ്രൊജക്ട് ടൈഗറിന്റെ 4ാമത്തെ പാർട്ടിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. എല്ലാ കുട്ടികളോടും ഒരു ചെറിയ ക്ഷമാപണം ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇന്നത്തെ ക്ലാസ് ഞാൻ ആരംഭിക്കുന്നത്. എന്താ കാരണമെന്നറിയണ്ടേ? പലരും എന്നോട് ക്ലാസ് സാറെ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ മലയാളത്തിൽ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കൂ എന്ന് ആവശ്യപ്പെട്ടിരുന്നു. അവരോടാണ് ഞാനൊരു ക്ഷമാപണം ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. എന്താണത്? ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ക്ലാസ് നമ്മൾ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ തന്നെ കേൾക്കുകയും എഴുതുകയും ചെയ്താൽ പരീക്ഷ എഴുതുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് കൂടുതൽ അത് ഗുണം ചെയ്യും. ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ക്ഷമയോടുകൂടി നിങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. നമുക്ക് പോകാം, ക്ലാസ്സിലേക്ക് പോകാം. 2017 ഒരുക്കത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് SSLCക്ക് ചോദിച്ച ഒരു ചോദ്യമാണ് ഞാനിവിടെ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. നമുക്ക് ആ ഒരു ചോദ്യത്തോടു കൂടി നമ്മുടെ പാഠഭാഗത്തിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ കോൺവെർസേഷൻ. Satyajit Ray wanted a tiger for the shooting of the film. He met the manager of the circus company. Write the conversation between the manager and Satyajit Ray. ഇതോടൊപ്പം 2017 ഒരുക്കത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായി ചോദിച്ച വേറൊരു ചോദ്യം കൂടെയുണ്ട്. അതൊരു ടെലിഫോണിക് കോൺവെർസേഷനാണ്. ദ ചെയർമാൻ ഓഫ് ദ ആനിമൽ വെൽഫെയർ ബോർഡ് റിസീവ്ഡ് എ കംപ്ലൈൻറ്റ് റിഗാർഡിംഗ് ദ ഷൂട്ടിംഗ് വിത്ത് ദ ടൈഗർ. He contacted Ray on telephone to know more about it. What could be the telephonic conversation between the two? ഈ രണ്ട് ചോദ്യങ്ങളുടെയും ഉത്തരം നമുക്ക് എഴുതണം. നമ്മളിനി ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്ന അടുത്ത 2-3 പാരഗ്രാഫിന് ശേഷം ഇത് നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയതിന് ശേഷം നമുക്ക് എഴുതാം. എല്ലാവരും ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക് എടുക്കുക. പേജ് നമ്പർ 46, പാരഗ്രാഫ് 9. Having thought of the scene, I simply had to shoot it. But where were we going to find a tiger? The obvious thing to do was to look in a circus, since they were likely to have trained animals. As a matter of fact, one called Bharat Circus was visiting Calcutta at the time, holding shows in Marcus Square. In the previous paragraph, we found that Guppy and Baga were the dogs banished by the king. Now they think about the scene. They thought of shooting the scene, and they thought how and where could we get a tiger. Obvious is the word to underline, and the meaning is easy to see or understand. They got an idea. They decided to acquire a tiger in a circus company. It's called Bharat Circus Company in Calcutta. As the part of that, they took an appointment. They took a particular time and they received the permission to meet the manager, the Tamil manager of the circus team. We sent someone to make an appointment with its Tamil manager and then went to meet him one morning. He greeted us warm and ordered South Indian coffee for us. The manager heard the reason for our visit, then sent for one Mr Thorat. He turned out to be the ringmaster. He too was a South Indian, very well built, with features somewhat like those of a Nepali. He was perhaps no more than 40. He showed us an old scar on his forearm, which had been caused by a tiger. Now, Satyajit Ray and his team are in the circus company, right? And here they met the Tamil manager of the circus company. And when did they reach there? They reached in a fine morning and they were greeted with South Indian coffee. Correct? Then once the manager understood the purpose of their arrival, they decided to send Satyajit Ray and his team to the ringmaster. Ringmaster's name, here it is mentioned, Mr Thorat. He was also a South Indian and he was almost looking like a Nepali. And what he told, he just showed a scar on his forearm and it was happened by a tiger. I have shown the important words, keywords and hint sentences and it could lead you into the correct meaning of the paragraph. What is the role of a ringmaster in a circus? Ringmaster is the person who is in charge of the performances done by animals in a circus. Paragraph 10. We told him what we wanted. The shooting was taking place near Shiuri in Birbhum. We wanted to show a tiger in a thick bamboo grove. All the animals was required to do was come out of the bamboo grove into an open space. Pace gently for a while. Look at the camera if possible and then go back. Could a tiger from Bharat Circus do this job? Mr Thorat nodded. How long will you need for? Asked the manager. Perhaps a couple of hours for the shooting, I replied. But that would be in addition to the time it will take to travel to and from Shiuri. On being told that the travel itself should take no more than 2 days, the manager agreed to put the tiger in his cage and send it in a lorry. He invited us to take a look at the tiger. What do we understand from this paragraph? The shooting was taking place near Shiuri in Birbhum. Satyajit explained what he really wanted. The shooting was taking place near Shiuri in Birbhum. And he wanted the tiger in a thick bamboo grove, right? First, he wanted to show the tiger in a thick bamboo grove. Then he wanted to remove all the animals and to come out of the bamboo grove into an open space. Then from there, pace gently for a while. Look at the camera if possible and then go back. These all were the activities and will the tiger do it? Thorat nodded his head and just they started thinking about the travel of circus company to the place to the bamboo grove. We need to underline the words like nod, Shiuri, pace, bamboo grove. Nod here means move the head up and down to show the agreement. Pace, to walk up and down in a small area many times. Bamboo grove means മലയാളത്തിൽ നമുക്കറിയാം അതിൻ്റെ യഥാർത്ഥ മീനിങ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മുളം കാട്. Now we look at the question which is from paragraph 10. What were the difficulties faced in bringing the tiger before the camera? Here we know that a trainer must be with a trained tiger. But at the time of shooting, how is it possible? So it's not possible. Only tiger should do these all activities. Okay, so here they faced the same problem. The answer is without the trainer, the tiger can't be let out of the cage. The trainer must not be seen with the tiger. Do you think it's going to be easy to set the animal free in the bamboo grove? I couldn't help asking. Mr Thorat frowned. I am not sure, he replied. I have never let him out of his cage on his own. So really, I don't know. What? Were all our plans going to go down the drain? How could we let the tiger's trainer be seen with the animal? How could Guppy and Baha be petrified with fear if the supposedly ferocious animal was accompanied by a man? No, we could not allow that to happen. Not the new words here. Frowned, petrified, ferocious. Frown here means to contract the brow to show displeasure. നമുക്കറിയാം, നമ്മൾ നെറ്റി ചുളിക്കുക, കുറച്ച് അനിഷ്ടം കാണിക്കുക എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാറുണ്ട് അല്ലേ? അടുത്ത വാക്ക് പെട്രിഫൈഡ്. പെട്രിഫൈഡ് മീൻസ് ഇറ്റ്സ് ആൻ ആഡ്ജക്റ്റീവ്. എക്സ്ട്രീംലി ഫ്രൈറ്റൻഡ് എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എന്താണ്? ഭയന്ന് സ്തംഭിച്ച് എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും. അടുത്തത് ഫെറോഷ്യസ്. ഫെറോഷ്യസ് മീൻസ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓൾസോ ആൻ ആഡ്ജക്റ്റീവ്. വെരി ഫിയേഴ്സ്, അതർവൈസ് വയലൻറ്റ്, ക്രൂവൽ, ക്രൂരനായ, ഘോരമായ. Here actually we find the discussion between Satyajit Ray and Mr Thorat. They discuss about the situations if the tiger is sent free out of the cage alone, and Mr Thorat told, no, I hadn't sent the tiger out of the cage alone so far. തോററ്റ് നെറ്റി ചുളിച്ചിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു, ഞാൻ ഒരിക്കലും കൂടിൻ്റെ വെളിയിൽ അവനെ തനിയെ വിട്ടിട്ടില്ല, അതുകൊണ്ട് വാസ്തവത്തിൽ എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ. Satyajit Ray suddenly got tensed. He asked, were all our plans going to go down the drain? Will it be waste? We planned many things, and are all those things going to be in the waste? We have an expression here, to go down the drain. It means to go to a state of being wasted. Paragraph 12. Mr Thorat found a solution. I will tie a wire around the tiger's neck. It will be thin but strong. If the wire was thin enough, perhaps it would remain invisible to the camera. But it was likely that the hair on the tiger's neck would be flattened by the wire, which would give the whole thing away. What if we found a collar made of tiger skin, fixed the wire to this collar, and then tied it round the tiger's neck? I said. In a village called Nottingham, we found a suitable bamboo groove to fill in the first meeting between Guppy and Baha and the appearance of the tiger. Mr Thorat reached the shooting location with the tiger. There were about 25 people in the location. A few local people took our permission to go with us to watch how we tackled the tiger. The cage on the lorry was covered. When the cover was removed, we were surprised to see not one, but two well-fed and robust tigers. I decided to play it safe, Mr Thorat explained. If one doesn't get it right, we can use the other. They came to a conclusion, right? With the support of Mr Thorat, they found a solution here. How? They decided to tie a wire around the neck of the tiger. കടുവ തോലുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു കോളർ കണ്ടെത്തി അതിൽ കമ്പി ഉറപ്പിച്ച് ആ കോളർ കടുവയുടെ കഴുത്തിൽ കെട്ടിയാൽ എങ്ങനെ? അങ്ങനെയാണ് അവർ ആ പ്ലാന്, അതിന് ഒരു സൊല്യൂഷൻ കണ്ടെത്തിയത്. They selected one place for the shooting, that is called Nottingham. Why they selected this particular place? Because there they found a suitable bamboo groove. It is the first meeting place of Guppy and Baha and the appearance of the tiger. ഗൂപ്പിയും ബാഹായും തമ്മിലുള്ള ആദ്യത്തെ കണ്ടുമുട്ടലും കടുവയുടെ പ്രത്യക്ഷപ്പെടലും ചിത്രീകരിക്കാൻ അനുയോജ്യമായ ഒരു മുളങ്കാട് നോട്ടൻഗ്രാം എന്ന ഗ്രാമത്തിൽ അവർ കണ്ടെത്തി. Then we found that Mr Thorat and some other people, around 25 people, also reached the location taking the permission from the authority, right? The cage on the lorry was covered, and when the cover was removed, what happened? Yeah, everyone got surprised to see not one tiger but two tigers. Two well-fed, robust tigers. It was the planning of Mr Thorat. Why? Because in case if one didn't work well, and the other one will be used. We have 3 questions to discuss here on page number 47. The first one is question number 12. What was Mr. Thorat's suggestion to control the tiger? The answer is Mr. Thorat suggested trying a wire around the tiger's neck which would be thin but strong. Question number 13. What made Ray think of a collar made of tiger skin? The answer, he thought so because the wire would not be visible. ഇതാർക്കും കാണാൻ സാധിക്കത്തില്ല. 14th question. Why did Mr. Thorat bring 2 tigers instead of 1? നമ്മൾ കണ്ടതാണ്, പഠിച്ചതാണ്. എന്താണ് ആൻസർ? He brought 2 tigers because if one of them gave any trouble, they could use the other one. വീഡിയോയുടെ തുടക്കത്തിൽ തന്ന 2 കോൺവെർസേഷൻ്റെയും ഉത്തരങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ തരുന്നു. എല്ലാവരും നോക്കി പഠിക്കുക. ഷൂട്ടിംഗ് ഈസ് എ ലോങ് പ്രോസസ് അല്ലേ? അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ പ്രൊജക്ട് ടൈഗർ ഈസ് ഓൾസോ എ ലോങ് ലെസൺ. അപ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കി പഠിക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് കുറച്ച് കൂടുതൽ സമയം വേണ്ടി വരും അല്ലേ? കാത്തിരിക്കാം അടുത്ത പാഠത്തിന് വേണ്ടി പാർട്ട് 5. താങ്ക് യു.